I know it's a cool thing to do for people to post videos on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook of like walking into a gym on January 1st, and there's people doing the exercises incorrectly or making up some really strange exercises, whatever. All right, you know what? It might be a little bit comical to think that, but put yourself in that person's shoes where all of a sudden you get on the internet and you see you being ridiculed and going, well, thanks for coming up to me and letting me know I was doing something wrong, jerk. I might have actually, done something better. And now that person feels too intimidated to show back up at the gym, and at least you got your jollies and you got your ego boosted. Good job. Don't be that guy. All right, folks, today is the first week of the new year. Week 1 is already down. It's week 2. And if you're sticking with your New Year's resolution so far of getting in shape, exercising and dieting and everything else, I want to congratulate you. I know you might be thinking to yourself, Chris, it's just a week. So what? You had to start somewhere and you're still doing it. Be proud of yourself, all right? I want you to celebrate the small accomplishments, not by rewarding yourself with junk food or anything like that, but by seriously giving yourself a pat on the back. You deserve it, okay? I know it can be frustrating, especially if you get onto social media and you start talking about it, and then you got some internet troll saying something nasty to you. Ignore the haters, ignore the naysayers, all right? I know it's a cool thing to do for people to post videos on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook of like walking into a gym on January 1st, and there's people doing the exercises incorrectly or making up some really strange exercises, whatever. All right, you know what? It might be a little bit comical to think that, but put yourself in that person's shoes where all of a sudden you get on the internet and you see you being ridiculed and going, well, thanks for coming up to me and letting me know I was doing something wrong, jerk. I might have actually, done something better. And now that person feels too intimidated to show back up at the gym, and at least you got your jollies and you got your ego boosted. Good job. Don't be that guy, all right? I have a great friend at the gym I go to regularly here in Brunswick. His name is Sean. And he was there, he's been there for forever. When I started going into that gym around 2016 and I looked like someone who hadn't seen a dumbbell or a stationary bike or anything all my life, he'd come in every morning, and I'm probably gonna wake up the neighbors around here. First thing, he'd walk in, he'd see everybody and let out a big woo, just like that. Put Ric Flair to shame kind of woo, right? But it was motivating. It was something that made everybody in that gym just excited and amped to work out. Now there's like a CrossFit room, then there's like the cardio, and then there's the weight pile and everything else. This particular gym has got everything you want. I might have some issue with some of the staff there during the pandemic, but that's a different story. Anyway, so that guy was motivating, and he's still there, and every time I see him, he's got something motivating to say to somebody, and he cares about people. And that's the kind of person you need to be if you're the person that wants to troll others who aren't necessarily working out right. Be that Sean to someone else, okay? And for the folks out there that are just starting, just keep going. Don't give up on yourself. There's nothing more frustrating than having to start all over, all right? So if you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. You owe it to yourself to get into great shape, all right? Just keep going, keep showing up, seek help, perhaps seek an online personal trainer. I might know somebody, but just keep going, all right? Now, that's gonna lead me to giving you some helpful pointers for this fitness journey that you're going on right now. All right, if you're embarking on this physical journey because you're overweight, you don't need a bulking season right now. Get over that, all right? Bulking season is when you're already thin and you got to put mass on yourself. But if you're really overweight, you don't know where you need to put that mass, but you do know that you need to eliminate or at least reduce the health risks that you already have by being overweight, okay? So get yourself in a position of health. This particular endeavor, if you're watching this channel, mostly it's for natural bodybuilders. And natural bodybuilders, it's not just about looking good naked, although that is the end result when you're a competitor. It's also about a healthy, long lifespan. It's about longevity and it's about health. This isn't to take away from the enhanced bodybuilders to say that they're not healthy. Excuse me. It's just, I certainly don't know anything about that arena to speak on that, but I do know for myself and for many other people that I know in the natural bodybuilding space who are true naturals, not fake natties. One of the greatest things that they talk about their endeavor to be a natural is to live a long, healthy life. Okay, so if you're already overweight, don't think you need a bulking season yet. Get yourself down to where you can see where you need to put on the weight, the size, and then we can work on that strategically. All right, next, keep your workouts intense and brief. I'm talking about your weight training workouts. Work out 3 to 4 days a week and use high intensity training protocols. All right, after you've started to get your body adapted to the working out, employ this. All right, if you haven't worked out in a long time, give yourself a couple of months to get used to the motions and then go in there and start hitting the high intensity training. Look up Mike Mentzer, look up Dorian Yates, look up Ellington Darden, Arthur Jones, and you'll see the benefits of that. You're gonna stimulate growth by hitting it hard. All right, have a couple of warm-up sets and then take a set to failure. And I'm talking, put yourself in dark zone failure. Like when you're hitting that weight, you're putting yourself in another world that you should scare the heck out of you when you're in there. You're a warrior at that moment. All right, your cardio for weight loss is going to be a little bit different. I highly advise employing low intensity steady state cardio. What's low intensity steady state cardio? You're looking at it. Just walk. All right, I venture to say walking outside is better, just to get out on God's, tapestry, enjoy the beautiful world that he gives you. All right, you can use a treadmill. I live in Cleveland, Ohio, so there's going to be days where I'm going to walk on a treadmill because it's 10 degrees below zero and I really don't feel like getting frostbite just so I can be outside. Okay, but I do got a little pooch here, Rocky, who needs his outside walks, so I get those in. Eat real food. Okay, what do I mean by that? If God didn't make it, you don't need it. My coach, Rob Goodwin, he employs a predominantly carnivore diet with, there's so many people in this world that think everything's got to be like a zero-sum game. And it's like, oh, no, you can't have fruit if you're on a carnivore diet. You're a sinner. Oh, you're a heretic. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Oh, my gosh, folks. To tell me that you're going to eat nothing but meat the rest of your life is crazy. For me, I can't do a 100% carnivore diet. It messes with my intestinal tract way too much. I'm talking way too much. So I don't do it. But I would say 80% of my diet throughout the day is meat or eggs. All right. And then I'll have some veggies. Like I love asparagus. I love Brussels sprouts. I love broccoli and cauliflower. My carbs are typically a rice cake or something like that. So only if I'm talking about like higher glycemic index type carbs. Only if I'm going to be hitting the gym really hard. If I know I'm gonna hit the gym really hard, I'll do that. I usually don't even need to do that because my coffee is gonna give me the energy I need. So you'll be surprised just how little carbs you need once you put your mind to your exercises, okay? Now, you'll notice I got a backpack on, all right? I probably look really silly walking around my neighborhood with a backpack on, but I'm not trying to impress the neighbors. I'm doing a ruck walk. I have 45 pounds in this backpack, and yes, it sucks, especially when I've been going up and down some of these hills. Well, why am I doing that? Well, it's kind of a body hack. I'm walking, and my body right now thinks it's walking with 240 pounds because I'm 195, 45-pound pack on my back. It thinks it's walking 240 pounds. So it's going to be burning energy of having to walk a 240-pound man around. So that's going to take off some of this extra fat that I really don't want during my gain phase. I'm trying to do a somewhat of a mini cut, if you will, and just kind of take it from there. So high intensity workouts, low intensity cardio, eat real food. All right, recognize that carbs are not the enemy, as my coach says, but they're also not that needed. It's like a very small tool in your toolbox. All right, your body uses fat and it uses carbs for energy. You don't necessarily have carbs on your body to give, but you got fat. So for those of you who need to lose weight, you use a low carb lifestyle. All right, don't label it ketogenic, don't label it low carb, label it your daggone diet. Okay, and if you're needing to cut fat, here's a hack. All right, your body uses fat for energy. Would you rather use, I'm basically plagiarizing Rob Goodwin right now, so I'm just gonna say this is coming from one of his video blogs as well. All right, are you gonna use the fat from the butter and whipping cream you put in your coffee, or are you gonna use the fat from your belly, your legs, your butt for your energy? Do the math, folks. You're carrying your own energy stores, why not use them? All right, and then last but not least, man, stay disciplined. Motivation is great to get you started, okay? But it's going to fade. In fact, it might fade within 2 or 3 days. But remember why you're doing this. You're doing this for yourself. You're doing this to thank God for the body he gave you, all right? I'm gonna get a little religious here on you. You have 2 things you carry with you everywhere you go. I don't care how nice your house is. I don't care how not so nice your house is. You have 2 things that go with you everywhere, your body and your soul. Now, your soul is a lot more important to take care of than your body, because your soul has to last for an eternity in paradise, in heaven with God. You don't want to go to the smoking section. And then your body is what carries your soul, and you got to take care of that, all right? One, if anything, I think if you don't take care of your body, you're not giving God the proper appreciation he deserves, because he gave you this body. And there's people out there who I know who have disabilities, and yet they still find a way to make it to the gym. They still find a way to take care of their body. And they would, you know, I can't speak necessarily for them, but they would certainly look at you with your capable body going, oh gosh, I can't get to the gym. And they're like, really? I'm sitting here doing pull-ups while I'm strapped to my wheelchair. Save me your nonsense, okay? I have friends with severe cerebral palsy that are still finding a way to getting it in. So your excuses are BS. Don't lie to yourself. Don't cheat yourself. Treat yourself, okay? So now that we've gotten that out of the way, like I said earlier, there's people that make fun of folks for having New Year's resolutions. But let's be honest, man. You might have had the epiphany that you got to start taking care of yourself right around Thanksgiving. Okay, so if you would have started the process like early December, you're still going to have the holidays coming up. You're still going to have a lot of things to do. And trying to fit a whole new lifestyle in all of that might have been pretty difficult. So cheers for you if you started it now. All right. I do have the mentality too that if it's something that's important to you, you're not going to wait for a particular day, with the exception of maybe, you know, you recognize you got to make changes in your life on Thursday. You're like, all right, well, I'll wait till Monday to start my workout program. I'll give you that much. But I don't care if it was New Year's that made you do it or just anything. Fact is, you're here now. So keep killing it. Keep doing the hard work. Keep showing up for yourself. And now that we are on the topic of New Year's stuff, I've recognized in my own self that I need to make a lot of changes. And so I'm going to publicly address those. I like my daily whiskey. But the problem is, I know when I have that first cocktail, you know, that first, you know, whiskey on the rocks and it tastes great, I want that second whiskey on the rocks because it still tastes great. Then I want that third, then I want that fourth, and the next thing you know, I've basically ruined my whole entire diet for the day. So here's my new thing. No more weekday drinking unless it's an actual social event, social gathering. Because I do enjoy a nightcap every night. It's not conducive. All right? Not conducive at all. So Thursday, on a regular basis, my wife and I have a friend come over and we play games, we watch a movie, or we do something like that. That'll be my one day a week where I allow myself to have a drink or two. And that's it. I am in a band, and I used to drink two whiskeys on the rocks before getting up on stage because I was trying to calm the nerves. Well, I don't need to do that anymore because I've been in a band now for 6-7 years. Is that how long I've been? It doesn't matter. I've been in a band for a while now, so I don't need to do that anymore because I know what I need to do, and I'm there to perform. I'm not there to party. It's a job. It's a fun job. It's a very fun job. And yes, it's like a party while you're getting paid. But I'm there to perform for the crowd. I'm not there to have my Jim Morrison moments of being toasted while I'm trying to perform. So that's that. I'm definitely going to spend more time with God, daily prayer. And here's the thing, as some of you know, I'm Catholic, and a lot of our prayers are recitations. Like we have the Lord's Prayer, we have the Glory Be, prayer to St. Michael's, Hail Mary, and all those other things. Those are great prayers, and they're powerful. But also, while I'm still going to do those prayers, I'm going to talk to God daily and just talk to Him. I know He loves me, and I know that I can talk to Him like a friend. So that's the second thing. And as you see here, I got this backpack on me. I'm going to do a lot more of the ruck walking just to kind of add an extra element to my walks. And I'm going to do a lot more outdoor walking while I can. When it's way too cold outside, it's just going to be, hey, Rocky, go outside, do your business. But I'm going to do a lot more outdoor walking just because it just feels much better. And that is it. So anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. Check out the next video. Link in the description below to go ahead and get your free ebook. Book your 30-minute consultation. Let's make some greatness happen. And I love you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.